I bought my girlfriend a car. She said that was my third and final strike. We have a 26 male OP, 25 female girlfriend. This was originally posted to r/relationship advice on January 27th, 2020. I come from a wealthy family. I now work in the family business, so technically I'm not spending mommy and daddy's money anymore. Been with my girlfriend for a year and 5 months. She's the best thing in the world. Doesn't matter how bored, sad, lonely, upset, or even happy I feel. She always makes it better. Now, I don't like to show I have money because obviously that's not the best way to attract people who are actually interested in you and not your money. So when I started dating my girlfriend, I didn't spend a lot until I felt comfortable with her. That was 3 months in. I bought her a tablet that was somewhere between $600 and $700, I'm pretty sure. She seemed okay with it. I don't like to think I'm careless with how I spend, but I also know I'm probably not the most mindful when it comes to my spending either. At 7 months in the relationship, I decided to buy my girlfriend a bracelet that I saw while looking for a birthday gift for my little brother. It was $6,000. I know. Saying it out loud maybe doesn't seem like a good idea, but I've spent more on some truly ridiculous stuff, but for my budget, it really wasn't as bad as it sounds. She wouldn't accept it and told me to return it. I kept telling her it was fine, but she didn't want it. I told her to give it to her sister as a wedding present. She said no. Later, she told me that buying her the bracelet was a red flag. Around 8 months in, I realized I loved her, and she told me she loved me right around the same time. I took her on a "we are in love" date. I thought since she didn't like the bracelet, I'd keep things simple this time. No dinners at expensive restaurants, no gifts, no elaborate plans, just us eating food from a local place we both like, sitting by the mountain, one of her favorite spots. Everything went great, and we left after a while. She told me in the car that though she had a good time, she expected something fancier. Noted. 4 days ago, she turned 25. I bought her a car. At this point, we've been together 1 year and 5 months, are in love, talk about our future together, so I assumed it was okay to get her such a gift, but apparently not. She thanked me in the moment, but when we went back to her place, she told me that was my third and final strike, that she thought I wouldn't do something like that again, only this time even worse. She said she doesn't know what I can do to fix things. We aren't broken up, but we aren't talking to each other either. I guess the tablet was the first strike. When I buy these gifts, I make it clear I don't expect anything back, so she doesn't feel like she has to keep it. I never liked receiving gifts. I told my parents to stop when I turned 10. She's important to me, and I guess I can be materialistic, but I like to buy nice stuff for people I care about. How do I fix things? Y'all, I'm kind of all over the place on this one. You know what? If we were putting r/am I the a-hole labels on this, I kind of want to go with a little bit of everyone sucks here. Like, I'm not a fan of the girlfriend in terms of communication, but I'm also just not a fan of OP. And I get it, like, he should be able to spend his money how he wants, but a year and 5 months buying someone a car is honestly a little love bomby. You know, I get that it's not a big deal for him, but what he has to keep in mind is that even though it's not a big deal for him, it's a big deal for the person that he's giving it to. And it does, no matter how you feel a little bit like a power play. That being said, like, it sounds like he was trying to take constructive criticism here. And like, she said she wanted something fancier. He just went way overboard with the fancier part. And also, I just think like the 3 strike system from this girlfriend is like, okay, are we in fucking kindergarten? Like, I haven't operated on a 3 strike system since I was like 6. Okay, you guys are adults. Sit him down and have a conversation with him. She communicated exclusively in red flags/strikes after the deed was committed. That's true. And maybe too, who knows? We're getting this from OP. Maybe OP is like truly dumb and she did explain the severity of like, hey, this can't be a thing or else we can't be in a relationship, and he just chose to ignore it. But like, I'm not really completely getting that vibe from OP. I can kind of see the power play thing, but I'm not getting those vibes here. Me too. It's more fun to assume that he's doing the power play, but like, who knows? It's a fucking Reddit post, but he is talking like he's genuine, at least in my eyes. This is honestly one of the biggest green flags in my head was when he said, I decided to buy my girlfriend a bracelet that I saw while looking for a birthday gift for my little brother. So dude wasn't even looking for a gift for her, but he saw something and then was like, oh, my girlfriend would maybe like this. I think in any other case, if it's not a $6,000 bracelet, what is that, like 7 months into the relationship? Like, oh, I was shopping with my little sister for some new clothes and I saw a shirt that I thought my girlfriend would like, so I bought it for her. If it was that context, we'd be like, that's so sweet. That's so genuine of you to like do that. You know, that's why I'm not really getting like this dude's trying to manipulate her vibe. This dude is like a bad person. I think he has good intentions, like right idea, wrong execution. That's how I feel about this. Relevant comments. Someone said, it sounds like there's zero communication here. Did you two ever sit down and talk about money problems? What is considered acceptable and what isn't? OOP, not that exact conversation. The way I understand it was that the bracelet was too much too fast. By the time her birthday rolled around, I honestly thought I'd be okay. She's financially independent. She takes care of herself. So when we did talk about money, it was never what was acceptable as a gift or anything like that. Well, dude, if you're having that problem around your relationship, like talk about it. It sounds like this relationship's great other than this gift thing. And you guys just like refuse to talk about it. Someone replied to that comment saying, so here's the thing, receiving expensive gifts, especially early in the relationship, can make someone feel lesser than their partner. If she couldn't afford these on her own or as easily as you can, it might make her feel like shit, both because she can't reciprocate and because it can feel as though she isn't as independent as she'd like. Sometimes it's just a feeling of being uncomfortable with anyone spending that much money in general. Even more true if she grew up middle class or lower. This is where communication comes into play. Y'all need to sit down and have a conversation about money. She might never like expensive gifts. It might just be how she is. Y'all need to discuss it in detail to figure it out though. Also, it sounds like your girlfriend might like expensive experiences instead of things. Judging by the way she said she expected something fancier for y'all's anniversary. As someone that came from a family that had to budget everything, the idea of someone gifting me a $6,000 jewelry item or a car makes me a bit uncomfortable. While it's not a bad financial decision for you, it would be for me, and it's hard to get past that feeling. I agree with this. I mean, he's basically saying communicate. I wish people were a little bit more like, the way your girlfriend's going about this isn't super cash money with the strike system and all that. But I think he's right. Like, I do think this puts the girlfriend in a very uncomfortable situation that like they need to talk about. Update May 24th, 2020, 4 months later. I asked her, could we just sit down and talk? She said she doesn't want expensive gifts for multiple reasons. She felt like she'd be indebted to me, felt like a gold digger, and felt she could never do anything like that for me. She said it'd be okay if I occasionally bought her some chocolates or flowers. I apologized and told her that I enjoy making people happy, but I clearly wasn't accomplishing that by buying her stuff. I didn't consider the person receiving the gifts. I also expressed I didn't like having a strike system in place that I was unaware of. She said from now on, she will just tell me when I do something she has a problem with, and that it was unrealistic of her to expect only 3 issues through the course of an entire relationship. Okay, all right, I like that. You know what? She came to the conclusion. Gotta give her props for it. Someone commented that if after buying her those gifts, did I hope even a little that she would be less likely to break up with me? The truth is yes, but that's in everything I do. If it's making her breakfast in bed, coming over and doing all her housework, or just rubbing her back or scratching her hair, I want to be the best partner possible. I hope that every single thing that I do makes her less likely to break up with me because I love her and I want to be with her forever. I'll say, that's fucking cute. That's what you should do in a relationship. Go above and beyond to like make that person love you more and more and more. I like it. My voice got really squeaky there. We're gonna ignore that. I like it. I like it. I like it. I also asked about the fancier date comment. She said that was her expectation, that she wasn't disappointed, but kind of saw it as an occasion where I could have splurged a tiny bit, but didn't. But certainly didn't have to. She said we can find a medium because she knows what she considers a lot and what I consider a lot is different. That $6K for me and for her were very different. That a car for me and for her were very different. Speaking of, I now more than ever acknowledge the difference between my upbringing and those around me. Because of the pandemic and as my family's wealth gets bigger, I realize how unaffected I was compared to everyone else. And still, I want to do what I've always done. I say to my girlfriend that I'm interested in buying something for myself. She says I can't spend 6 figures on something I wasn't thinking about an hour ago, and she's right. I don't need it. I want it. Being with someone from a different background has opened my eyes. I would have bought and already had it. She said I could do some good with my money. My family is going to begin giving to people affected by the pandemic, but it's really just to make us look good. My dad didn't just wake up and feel like helping people. She says do that if I want to spend. We gave her car to someone who lost their job and it made her feel really good. Oh, that's really nice. Huh. Funny how when you start communicating, shit figures itself out. Moral of this story, if y'all are ever having problems with your family, your loved ones, whatever, just talk to them about it. The hard conversations is how you get over the bridge.